Hello, my name is Nick, and welcome to Watch This Now. Marriage Story is the latest drama written and directed by Noah Boambach that stars Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson as a married couple that are going through a divorce. They live in New York, they're total New York theater people, but ScarJo's Nicole wants to move back to her home in LA to reconnect with her family and start a new job on a television series, while Driver's Charlie wants to stay back in New York where he is directing plays. And once they bring lawyers into the equation, which I think you probably have to with all the legalities and whatnot, I don't know, I'm not divorced, but they end up going at each other and it becomes a marriage story. Now, I don't love everything from Noah Boambach, but I do think that he is an incredibly talented filmmaker. Frances Ha and Mistress America are some of my favorite films of the last decade, and so I'm looking out for whatever he has, no matter what it is. I'll take it. So I was interested to see this movie because this has been one of the major Oscar frontrunners. Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson are clearly frontrunners for Best Actor and Best Actress, and I'm fully supporting that. They are both so raw and natural and in the moment in all of these really genuine scenes. They truly feel like they are ripped from someone's life, and I understand that this is a very personal film for the creator, and that's probably why it is so well written. I think that the #1 lock that this has for awards is Best Original Screenplay. While the film is incredibly well written and well acted, I do have to admit that this is not my favorite original story, to be perfectly honest, although I think that this tackles a really interesting side of the story that we have seen before. I don't think that it really connects because we spend so much time on the mechanical proceedings that I don't really get enough of this couple that I feel like I'm supposed to care about separating. It doesn't really feel like I saw much of them together. I don't just care immediately, and there really isn't a whole lot given to make me care. It just feels right off the bat like, yeah, they probably should separate, and they feel pretty chill about it, and then lawyers ruin everything. Laura Dern, another one of my favorites, is a real standout as Nicole's attorney. She did a great job, and I'm understanding why people are saying she's like the #1 frontrunner for Best Supporting Actress, but really she's not in the movie that much. Like, as much as I love her, she has really strong scenes. She's so Laura Dern in this movie, but she's not in it a whole lot, and the movie is 2 hours and 15 minutes, which I think it could have been trimmed, and I'd probably enjoy this film a little bit more. But what I think doesn't work for this, the most for me personally, and I understand that I'm in the minority here, I just think that the movie is almost a little too personal. Because we are dealing with these coastal creatives, as much as I would love to be one of them, I'm not. And I feel like if this was made a little more universal, it could be the true masterpiece that I think people are claiming it to be. It's frustrating. It's like, as much as the whole lawyer dynamic is so strong in the film, it's also just a frustrating watch because you're just like, God damn it, can we just like sit down, have a drink, put the papers together, and figure this out like adults? Things turn into like as chaotic as their child. Another problem in this movie. The kid in the film is like super, I don't know if he's just younger than he looked, but he just seemed like really underdeveloped, and it just felt like the kid was suffering from the problems of the parents' relationship, yet that wasn't explored. It was just like, oh, here's this like adorable little kid who just doesn't really think to flush the toilet, and you're just like, I think there's something to explore there, and it really doesn't go there at all. There are a couple of really well done long scenes where our characters are just talking, and the acting is phenomenal. However, I just wish the film was a whole bunch of those scenes, because in between just feels like we're given the runaround, and I just found myself not investing in these characters as much as I think the material wanted me to, and I didn't really find myself rooting for either of them. I felt like this was a movie where you were supposed to see two different sides and be on both of their sides and be torn between these two great characters. But personally, I was like, I'm over this like already. Like, can you just like sign off on this and just like end it? Like, get it over with. Also, I have to say, just being honest here, like, Adam Driver, super great in the movie, but everyone's saying he's, like, probably gonna knock out Joaquin Phoenix from #1 frontrunner as a Best Actor, but, I mean, Adam Driver was great, but I just was, like, in small moments, I was, like, great. And then there's a creative choice made for his character towards the end of the movie that just made me, like, not working for me. Marriage Story is overall a really well done film, however it just didn't have the connection with me that I was hoping it would. I found myself pretty detached from all of the proceedings, and it was unfortunate because there was so much good material, however it was just few and far between, and I overall found myself ending this film and wanting to just binge watch something that was a little bit more watchable for me personally. I'm gonna give Marriage Story a 3 out of 5. It's a good movie, it's just not a great movie in my personal opinion. I know many will disagree, this is on many top of the year lists, but for me, it's just in the good slot. I really wouldn't care to watch it again. However, I certainly would recommend it because it's streaming on Netflix. It's there, might as well just go for it, right? This totally does deserve to be a contender in the awards race, however, it's just not a personal favorite for me. So, have you already watched Marriage Story? Let me know in the comments below what you thought. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it, and all that good stuff, and I'll see you in my next one.